Seka, how do you farm gold?
I just do the dailies and stuff like normal players do, but I farm books on half stamina.
Yeah, but how?
I put out a gold video a long ass time ago. If you do want that video, I can give you that.
Yeah, I know the basics already, but I need help with like making it efficient.
Oh, so you want to know what I use on book farming?
That's exactly what I said, bitch.
Bro, you don't have to be so salty. I'm being nice.
I know. Sorry. My phone just keeps overheating and it's making me sad.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Sekapoko here, bringing you another 7 Daily Sins Grand Cross video. For this one, we're going to be going over book farming, how to optimize it, and making sure that you are getting the most out of your gold gains over weekend farming. So guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alright guys, so here we go in a red book farming run, and these runs vary in the amount of time it takes based on the RNG you get. And with this particular team, I'm using, as I mentioned in my tier list video and a few other videos, I'm using a blue SR Gila with a red SSR Hauser and a red SSR Gother. And I'll go over how the team works, as well as what specifically is making this team run very quickly and may run quicker than all other teams out there. So I actually did get a critical strike here, as you can see, and we're gonna be going into the final phase. And because I did get the critical strike, this is gonna be one of the best case RNG runs, I believe, unless I get a Hauser Ultimate. No, I did. So unfortunately I got a Hauser Ultimate, so it's gonna be a little slower. But if I didn't get a Hauser Ultimate, it was actually the fastest possible run. The Hauser Ultimate slows things down unless I have a maxed out Hauser Ultimate. If I do have a 6/6 Hauser Ultimate, it'll go a little bit slower. But essentially, the harder the run is, I get to the final phase and I have to use a Gila Ultimate, and it kills everything in one turn. So no matter what, I'm always killing the final phase in one turn, and the runs go very, very quickly. And this is a guaranteed 3-turn run for 95% plus of your runs, unless you get incredibly bad RNG and don't get any merges on your Gila, or don't get any Gila cards at all. So as you can see, I did get a Gila card here, and no matter what, this will be a very fast run, and I will be doing the run very quickly. The harder the run relies on Gila's passive giving her ultimate gauge, and that is essentially what makes the run so fast. Hauser, on the other side of things, is just here for damage cleanup, using 2 damage attack skills. Another character having 2 attack skills would be fine. So if you were using, say, Weinhardt, that would be also acceptable. However, if you're using Weinhardt, you're gonna have a single target ultimate versus a multiple target ultimate, so it's not gonna be nearly as much damage. And that's why I wouldn't particularly use him. Plus, if you get any merges on Weinhardt, it's not going to do as well. So you can here, I'm going to use an attack skill, then use 2 other attack skills, and it's going to finish it off. And Gila can finish off everything in the final phase with 1 attack. So that's why Gila's attack here is very, very powerful and does tons and tons of damage. So the main unit on this team is going to be SR Gila. And SR Gila is a character that is very valuable to build out for more than one thing. She's actually one of the best supporting units for your Hauser when using auto farming for normal stages, and she's actually a very, very good support for, of course, Jericho. You can see down here, for both of those characters, she provides Hauser 280 attack, and down for Jericho, also going to provide her another 280 attack. And if you do want to use a Gil Thunder at any point, Gila will also provide Gil Thunder attack. And one of the reasons in my previous cosmetics guide where I was talking about, hey, I was kind of considering buying Gila's cosmetics, and I ended up buying Gila's headpiece as well as weapon, but did not buy her actual physical cosmetic, because of her being such an amazing supporting character. And because she's such an amazing supporting character, that is essentially why I did that. Now, the whole team relies around 2 different things. The first thing that it relies on is that Gila has a debuff skill. And because she has a debuff skill, the AI will always prioritize a debuff skill first, and then go into prioritizing attack skills. And that's the first reason this team works very well. The AI always wants a debuff to default to a debuff skill. That's why when you use a green Lizhawk, it's always going to use a single target to attack first. That's when you use Bond, it's going to prioritize Snatch. Snatch is a whole different thing though, but it does prioritize Snatch instead of using another debuff. So there are other ways of doing this. So if you're trying to use Coin Shop Bond with Gila, I don't know if it's going to work, because Snatch gets a higher priority than any other debuff in the game, and it's really annoying. The other thing with this team is that your passive is going to be a huge proponent in exactly what this team revolves around. And this team revolves around the passive where it fills the ultimate move gauge by 1 orb at the start of the next turn if the hero does not take any damage. See how you clear every stage in a book farming run with 1 turn, no matter what, because you're always killing the enemies on the field, you're going to have the damage to actually kill every single unit on the field and get the ultimate orbs in the following turn. Now, how do you get enough ultimate gauge in order to complete the run? Start the run, you're going to start at 0 ultimate gauge. After the first turn, you get +1 because you used an ability, and then you get another one from the passive. So that's 2 ultimate gauge. After the next same turn, if you don't get an ability, you're now at 3 ultimate gauge just from that. Sometimes you get the ulti, sometimes not. So it relies on you either getting 2 different abilities on your Gila or getting an ability to merge on the Gila in order to make that happen. So the second ability she has is a rejuvenation ability. This ability is basically the same as King's Heal. This is the same as Blue King. So if you're looking for Blue Skinny King, the exact same card. And if we go down to her ultimate ability, it's going to remove stances from all enemies and inflict 280% damage, as well as inflict 2 stacks of Ignite for 4 turns. And it's going to cap out at 420% damage. So it doesn't do a ridiculous amount of damage, but it does do enough, which is the point. Enough is the point. Character on the team obviously is going to be Hauser, and Hauser is here for 2 reasons. First, he's going to increase human base stats by 8%, which is going to give Gila a much needed stat boost in the run, as well as providing 2 different attack skills for the run and giving himself damage to clear the stages on the earlier stages if your Gila does not have the damage to clear the stage. You saw in the first run I didn't have the damage to clear the stages, and of course in the second run I actually got 2 critical strikes and cleared the stage. Hauser's ultimate, mine I believe is about 3-6, I believe. So he's doing about 480% attack at the end of the run. I could be giving him a Gil Thunder in order to get a little bit more damage there, possibly. But even with a Gil Thunder, I typically don't have the damage to kill every unit on the stage. Up here is going to be Thur, and Thur is here for just one reason. He is here for his passive. He's going to increase allies' attack by 10% at the start of the next turn if the hero does not take damage. And seeing how you never take damage on farming runs, at the final phase, when you're on phase 3, you're going to have an extra 2 stacks from Thur, giving your whole team an extra 20% attack. And hey Sekapoko, who's your supporting unit? Merlin. So Merlin is here as the supporting unit because Merlin is going to fill the ultimate gauge by +1. You noticed before when I was talking about ultimate gauges on Gila, making sure you get up to 5 ultimate gauge. If you start the run at 0 ultimate gauge, you end the run at 3 ultimate gauge based on her passive if you only use 1 ability, 4 if you get a merge or use 2 abilities on Gila, and the 5th ultimate gauge comes from your girl Merlin, who gives everyone +1 ultimate gauge to the run, making this run happen the same almost every single time. Okay, so I switched out Hauser. So I switched out some things, and maybe it'll go a little faster, we'll see. For this team, I'm going to be using Hauser, and Hauser, Gila, as well as Thur are going to be using 8 attack and defense sets. Thur, I think it's an HP defense set because I literally just can't be fucked to change the set. My Gila has 11,045 attack, and he's going to be running with a Jericho. The Gila, I actually got to full SSR gear. No, you do not need full SSR gear. I think the amount of gear that you need to have like minimum efficacy runs to do it in 3 turns, it is like 10,000 attack or so, and that's with the support. So you don't need 11,000. You need about, I think it's about 10,000 you need. My overall rolls on the set, as you saw from my previous video, not the best. You know, I do have a good bracelet, but not the best rolls on the ring. And she does okay stats. Jericho's providing 1,000 extra attack because Jericho OP. If I had a 6/6 green Jericho, I'd be using a 6/6 green Jericho here, but I don't. So I'm using a red Jericho here. For King, you probably should be using a red Slater support. I honestly just don't care. And then if you wanted to use Gil Thunder, my Gil Thunder does not have a maxed ultimate. That's one of the reasons I almost never use Gil Thunder support, is because he does not have a maxed ultimate. But we can test to see if his ultimate will actually improve the damage of the run and while losing HP. While losing a little bit of attack. See here, debuff skill first and then into attack cards afterward. Now we're on the final phase, and Gila is going to have her ultimate up as well as the Hauser. See if Hauser's ultimate actually now has the damage. And we'll finally see a test. Yay. Kablamo. Doesn't have the damage, but if I did have a maxed out Gil Thunder, might have the damage. The last thing I want to talk about is character positioning. Now, this is a worst case scenario run where you're not getting any merges. But because you get no merges, you're actually getting Hauser merges on his cards and getting perfect RNG for him, even in the worst case scenario where Gila, as you can see, does not get any cards and does not get her ultimate up. As you can see, Hauser still does enough damage to almost clear the entire room, and then wablam. So conclusion, again, just make sure that your go-through's on the right-hand side so he doesn't get any merges. Hauser can go in the left or the middle. I prefer left side because getting a merge on Hauser is far less deadly than getting a merge. Getting a merge on Hauser is fine. Sometimes you get merges on Gila and that works out in your favor too. But random Gila cards are nice. Alright guys, well my name's Sekapoko. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you guys did enjoy the video, of course, like and subscribe. It does help out a lot of the channel. We are about to hit 25,000 subscribers, which is really, really cool. So thank you guys for helping us hit that milestone. You guys are amazing. All the growth in the channel is very much appreciated. So thank you so much for all the help again. Have a great rest of the day, guys.